Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, a former director of projects in the immediate past interim board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, and currently the Pro Tem Secretary General, National Coalition for Peace and Unity, has been expelled from the All Progressives Congress, APC, over alleged anti-party activities in the February 25th and March 18th elections. In the expulsion letter signed by the APC chairman in Ika South local government area, Delta State, Mr. Hilary Fada Ibude, it was stated that Ojougboh was expelled following a series of petitions arising from anti-party activities, which, according to him, were inimical to the success of the party in the state. Reacting to his suspension, Ojougboh, in a statement by his personal assistant on media, Mr. Emmanuel Ojeme, accused the Deputy Senate President, Ovie Omo Agege, of high-handedness in the party. He described Omo Agege as a frustrated person because of his loss in the governorship election, and added that the Deputy President of the Senate is looking for those to blame for his abysmal performance. Joining us now on this show from our Abuja studio is Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, a member of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and a former director of projects in the immediate past interim board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Dr. Ojougboh, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you very much, my very good friend. Thank you, I appreciate it. And thanks again for having me.
Well, Dr. Ojougboh, I mean, you've been quoted as saying Ovie Omo Agege, Deputy Senate President, gubernatorial candidate of the APC in Delta State, is the person behind your expulsion from the party in Delta State. But I recall that the last time you were on this program, you didn't hide the fact that you were not impressed by the leadership being provided in the APC in Delta State by Ovie Omo Agege. And you were very critical, and in fact, you were almost jubilating that he lost the election. Don't you think this decision to expel you from the party, from the state level, is something you asked for? So how do you feel about it? It probably doesn't matter because you can go to another political party anyway. Or are you going to fight it and say that Ovie Omo Agege cannot chase you out of the party?
Thank you very much. Well, as people know me, I speak the truth, and I don't hide from the truth. If you, for telling the party the truth, if that is anti-party activities, is unfortunate. But I know that I have not committed any form of anti-party activity, because it is not today that myself and the members of the leaders council of APC in Delta State, we have spoken, we have made our points known, and we have said that Omo Agege cannot win election. And to be honest with you, I refer you, if you allow me to read, to section 182 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 182 sub 1A says, subject to the provisions of section 28 of this Constitution, he is not talking about the citizenship of to qualify for to be a candidate, the governor of a state. If he has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a country other than Nigeria, or except in cases as may be prescribed by the Nigerian Assembly, he has made a declaration for allegiance to such other country. And it is very clear. He holds an American passport. He's a citizen of the United States of America. He cannot. And then we told the party, look, he is crying that he wants to go to court. Which court is he going to? The court will not, who is going to listen to him in the court? The documents are there, his citizenship, they have it, everything, and then he's shouting that he's going to get mandate. Where is he going to get the mandate from? That is, and we have said it, from the onset, immediately the congresses of the party was done. we, the leaders, that we went to the party. We went to this current chairman of the party, Adamu Abdullahi, His Excellency Senator Adamu Abdullahi. We sat, we told him why Omagege cannot win election and why the party cannot be left for Omagege. We told him, number one, that Deltans are very skeptical of voting somebody who belongs to Igbe society. Of course, if you allow me, I have where the Igbe society met and declared that when Omagege becomes the governor of Delta State, that they will worship Igbe in the government house, and that they're going to have a chapter of Igbe in the government house. We went further to tell him that, look, for you to win election in Delta State, you must carry everybody along. Everything to Omagege is commercial. As we speak, I speak to you, how many Nigerians know the name of the publicity secretary of APC in Delta State? The national publicity secretary of APC. He traded with it. And today, of course, the hallmark of politics is publicity. If you go and put in somebody who cannot represent who cannot represent the party, cannot represent the candidate, he cannot win. Let us also go back to what happened during. You can see the Igbe people jubilating. If you see what they are saying in Ojougboh, they said that they will go and worship. That they will worship Igbe in the government house when Omagege becomes governor. Let us look at it. I said no, that they will not allow that. If you see they are saying it there, that's why if you ask any Ojougboh person to interpret what that is the Igbe worship, ask them to interpret what he's saying.
Okay.
They are saying that Omagege was first and foremost, he was born an Igbe man. And that as an Igbe man, oh my God.
Okay. Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, hang on a minute.
Look at.
Are you done with your point before I ask you a question? As regards the citizenship matter.
No, I'm not.
As regards the citizenship matter, the matter was settled in court by Honorable Boluga's case handled by Chief Olanipekun. Constitutional provisions were interpreted by the court on that matter. So number one, that matter is settled. As regards the citizenship matter, that's the first argument. Secondly, Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, a man has a right to his religious belief. There is nothing wrong with being part of the Igbe cult. It's just like people that believe in Agbasa Juju in Warri, and they champion those causes. So are you saying that our African traditional religion should, because it looks as though you are mocking Igbe adherents, and I'm sure a lot of them, no, hang on a minute, it's a serious matter. They have a right to their worship and their belief. Because what you are doing is you are mocking Igbe adherents. And a lot of them will feel disgruntled this morning that why would you bring in their religious beliefs into political matters? What do you say about that? And most importantly, the case as regards citizenship has been settled in court.
Look.
Your take on this?
Wait, listen. I'm just telling you why he lost. Are you following me? You see, if you look at the campaign of the Igbe society, and that is in the purview of the whole of Deltans, they saw it, and then they have to have reasons why they will not vote for this man. And then when you are talking about the citizenship of the country settled by Olanipekun and Co., that is a legal matter. It is. I'm sure right now it's before the court of law, and that will be decided. And I'm telling you more. You see.
So have you, Dr. Ojougboh, have you taken Omagege to court over a citizenship matter?
That is what I'm telling you, that the matter is before the court of law.
So have you taken him to court? I just want to know.
Let me tell you, my good.
Have you taken him to court? Just to know.
I'm telling you that the matter is before the court of law now.
Okay.
And it will be settled.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
So, yes. So, and actually, the politics of Delta, what happened in Delta is very, very clear. Why a lot of people did not cooperate with him. Most people who worked for Asiwaju during the contest for in the National Convention, the Deputy Senate President was given the mandate to write at the entire delegates, which he did. When Asiwaju wanted to visit the delegates of Delta, they were not available. He hid them in a hotel. And after that, the election came, the main election. In the main election, I will show you what happened. There is no billboard of Asiwaju in the whole of Delta State. Where you see Omar Agege's billboard, you will see Peter Obi, and that was how he campaigned. We told the party, look, this man is not working for us. So if anybody should be charged for anti-party, it's Omar Agege, not Cairo Ojougboh. And of course, you cannot force me out of a party that I belong to. I don't even consider it anything. As far as concerned, it's a kangaroo expulsion. And it means nothing.
Okay, Mr. Ojougboh.
Mr.
Ojougboh, I want to specifically know who took Omar Agege to court over the citizenship matter. Is it you? Because you keep saying the matter is in court. Who took the case to court? I just want to get that fact out here.
What I want to assure you is this.
Mr. Ojougboh, who took the case to court?
Yes.
Who took the case to court?
No, listen, I am not in the position. That's what I'm telling you. Why? The reason is I'm not privileged to give you these details. But you hold on, you will see it. You be patient. So, by and large.
Go ahead, sir.
By and large, yes. By and large, we have been able to tell the national, the NWC and the leadership of the party that there is a need for them to look into what happened in Delta State. If you look at the last election, APC, we thank God, and we are very grateful to God that Asiwaju was able to win the election. And we congratulate him. We all battled and worked for him. But if I venture that PDP was able to put their house in order, if the 5 governors didn't leave, you will listen to what he said yesterday. If the 5 governors didn't leave PDP, if Peter Obi didn't leave, and if the one in Kano didn't leave, where would APC would have been today when it comes to the issue of this national election? So there is a need. Luckily, the man who is now taking over the mantle of leadership of APC, the president-elect, is an experienced politician. So he will not allow what happened in the past to happen right now.
Okay,
the party should be able to come together, look at every state, look at matters as they arise, there is final arbiter, and then that is what I don't rush to cause for issues. I don't even want to waste my time reacting to the issue of my expulsion. To me, it's a non-issue. Omar Agege is just helping him. He's just tripping himself. Because, of course, he didn't win, and he's looking for every avenue to blame everybody. He has left me now. He's now blaming the campaign organization. Look at the publication in Sahara Reporters yesterday. It reads, Omar Agege campaign blames Director General Ojougboh and others. Not me, because he knows that he cannot blame me any further. I was not him. He did not involve me in his campaign. And we did our best for him being party members. Even at that, he's still pursuing me. I don't know what I've done to him.
Dr. Ojougboh.
You know?
Dr. Ojougboh, 2 issues of legal relevance have been raised. And I would like you to just be very concise in your responses, you know, so that we can clarify that. So what I'm trying to do is for us to clarify 2 things. 1, you are questioning the nationality of Ovie Omar Agege. Now, the relevant portion...
been established.
Yes, the relevant portion of the law is under Chapter 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, Sections 25 and 26 thereof. And if you stretch it further, Section 66 of the same 1999 Constitution further defines it. Now, what the law says, in summary, is that Nigeria recognizes dual nationality, provided that you had your Nigerian citizenship by birth, and that is further defined without being pedantic under Chapter 2. So the question is, does Ovie Omar Agege, does he meet the criteria? Was he born in Nigeria, or were his parents born in Nigeria as of October 1, 1960? Those are the issues in that regard. If you cannot establish that, then of course it's a non-issue. Because that issue came up in the Saraki case.
That's not
let me finish. Let me finish. Everybody is quoting the Constitution these days. Even, you know, well, that's familiar. Now, this issue came up in the Saraki case when some people say, oh, Saraki is not qualified for election because he has American citizenship. The matter was settled when it was said that Dr. Bukola Saraki, having been born in Nigeria, by October 1, 1960, and having attained the citizenship of Nigeria by birth, can have dual nationality, as is the case with many persons who have been elected. That's one. Number two, you were referring to Igbe society. Now, what the law says in Nigeria, Section 62 of the Criminal Code, talks about membership of a secret society or unlawful society. So are you saying that this Igbe society is a secret society or an unlawful society? If it is not, the same Constitution of Nigeria, Section 40 thereof, guarantees the freedom of assembly, of thought, and says you can belong to groups of your choice. Are you saying on television that Igbe society is a secret and unlawful society? Those are the two issues on which I will need clarification.
Very good. On the issue of the Constitution about the citizenship, the Constitution is very clear on it, that if you are born in Nigeria and you acquire the citizenship of another country, for you to qualify to contest, you must relinquish that acquired Constitution. It is also a matter currently in court. Now, let me go to the issue of the Igbe society. What we are saying is that in Delta, there are sensitivities about the way we vote. And what the people are saying is that it is a question of character and the way they see you before they vote for you. What we are saying is that his utterances and his association has made it impossible for the people of Delta to trust him. We are not, look, we are not concerned whether the Igbo people are legal or illegal. But what we are saying is that his association and what the society said about him is part of the things that scared the people out of voting for the APC in the gubernatorial election. And we are not just saying only that. A lot of issues that cropped up during the election that is not my making. He is persecuting me for nothing. All we did, we used to tell the truth. Before the election, we did. After the election, we are telling the truth because we want to prepare for 2027, where the party can come together and work perfectly and work well, so that we can challenge what is going on in Delta State. Because since the inception of this current democratic period, it is only Delta State that has led. It's only PDP that has led Delta. We had the opportunity this time around to handle the issue, but it was not possible because only one man took charge of the administration of the party. For instance, last night, the chairman of the party, Omeni Sobote, called to say that, look, Omeni has called him that by 2 p.m. today, that there will be a Zoom meeting where my issue will be discussed and that they should go and expel me from the state. I said, well, look, if he likes, he can expel me from the world. It matters not.
Okay, Dr.
Omeni Sobote said, look, he's tired of the fight of Ojougboh's fight.
Dr.
That people should call him to order.
Dr. Ojougboh.
Well, my problem with Ojougboh is that I don't hide my feeling. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you how it is.
Dr. Ojougboh, on citizenship, I would like to read this to you. In Anthony George Ikoli versus Bemore Bruce, the decision of the Court of Appeal in Ogbede versus Usula, Section 66 sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution does not prohibit Nigerian citizens by birth from holding the citizenship of another country and from contesting election to become a member of the National Assembly. That was the decision. In the same case, Onagan JCA, as he then was, said, and I would like to read. He says, reading Section 66 sub 1 and 28 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, it is clear, and I hold, that the acquisition of dual citizenship by a Nigerian per se is not a ground for disqualification for election to the National Assembly. This was a National Assembly case, but okay, it will apply as under the principle of stare decisis. Particularly where the Nigerian citizen is a citizen by birth. That is the clear meaning of the provisions in sections 66(1) and 28 of the 1999 Constitution when taken together. The only Nigerian citizen disqualified by the said sections is one who is a citizen of Nigeria by either registration or naturalization, who subsequently acquires the citizenship of another country in addition to his Nigerian citizenship. Okay. So in other words, Ojougboh Agege is a Nigerian.
Okay.
Under this provision. I cited Saraki earlier on. Okay, Saraki, I think his other citizenship is British, okay, not American. Just on that issue of citizenship.
Okay, and also, Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, for those watching, some education on the Igbe religion, popularly known as Igbe, an Ojougboh word meaning dance, was founded by Ubecha Etako in 1858, has its headquarters in 11 Egbo Street, Kokori Inland, Ethiop East local government area. The religion is based on dance as a medium of worship to God. It began as an Ojougboh Kokori traditional sect, and in the 20th century influenced by an influx of Christian evangelism originating in Kokori, and it gradually spread to Ojougboh nation and Australia land at large. That's second. And so just to clarify on Igbe, Igbe is not a secret cult. It's popularized that people associate with it. And please, secondly, you said there's a case in court as regards citizenship. I want to know who took the case to court, what court is the case, and let's see what is being challenged as regards the citizenship of Ojougboh Agege.
Let me start from what the speaker before you said. Now, the judgment he read pertains to the National Assembly. Mark you, it's the same issue you have in the National Assembly, where if you leave one party and you go to the other, you forfeit your seat. But for the governors, it is not like that. For the governors, it's especially clear that for the governor of a state, you mustn't hold dual citizenship. And I have read it, and then it is currently in court awaiting interpretation. The court, of course, like I said, you are insisting, I must name the court, I must name who it is. What I have told you is so that you will find out, and then it will be very obvious to you that what I have just told you is very correct. Now, about the issue you are talking about, I did tell you that my concern is not whether Igbe is a legal body or not, but that in Delta State, they have a feeling and the mind. Yes, it's not every society that everybody is ready to associate, and then there's nothing wrong with it. However, for you to be able to lead us, we must know the leanings, the belief, the faith of the people who want to leave us. It is not a criminal issue. It is not, but it is something that can help you to win or lose election. And that is part of the things that we have been trying to make very clear to you. And apart from that, issues that actually came up during the elections were numerous. And there is no way anybody can tell and say that what I did in Delta State or the way we campaigned, that
can we talk about the other issues? Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, can we talk about the other issues that were numerous? Because you've talked about citizenship, you talked about Igbe. What were the substantive issues really?
In Delta State?
Yes, that you feel is against Ojougboh Agege. And where did you start going apart from Ojougboh Agege and you guys lost it together? So what are the other substantive issues? Because here you've talked about citizenship, you said it's in court, you talked about Igbe. What are the other issues?
The issues about the Delta, the issues we are discussing in Delta is the issue of the management of the party. That during the congresses of the party to elect the officers of the party from the ward, local government and state, and even the representative at the national level, it was given to Ojougboh Agege, that is holy. The party said that Ojougboh Agege has been anointed to be the governorship candidate. Therefore, he is free to choose and work with who he likes. So the leaders of the party, most of the leaders disagreed. Some left, Ojougboh went to contest in other places. The major Ojougboh people who were with us, people like Richard Odibo, and a lot of them, they also left.
Okay.
Then in the whole of Delta North, for instance, it was almost against 2Gs that were appointed. For instance, he's talking about expelling me from my ward. Who is my ward chairman? I have never met him. He has never met me. We don't know him. And that's how the leaders are all over the state. If you look at what he said yesterday, what his campaign organization was saying yesterday, you notice that there's no way we could have won that election with the level of dictatorship from the Emperor of Ojougboh. We couldn't.
Okay.
And so we are appealing to the national to please come to our aid and reorganize this party. That's what all this battle is all about. He wants to still keep the party as it is like this until the next cycle to 2027. And that is what we are battling.
Okay, Dr. Ojougboh. Look, this issue about citizenship, maybe you should leave it. I quoted the Collins case and Ogbede's case and JCA as it then was.
Those are national assembly.
Just wait.
Those are national assembly issues I told you.
That matter, citizenship has also been decided upon at the level of the Supreme Court. So it's not a distinction between whether you are running for National Assembly or governorship. The principle established in law, the ratio of the matter has been settled. So just leave that. No,
it has not been. No. I gave you an example.
Okay, no, we'll wait and see now. No, don't worry. Don't let's quibble. This is not a court of law. That matter, we'll see. You say it's in court. Okay. Let's see how it is determined. Okay? Except the Supreme Court will reverse itself. But I want to ask you, now that the party says you have been expelled, what are the options available to you? Are you still going to stay in the APC, insist on staying on the APC to work with Cairo Ojougboh, who says he's going to the tribunal, or you will leave the party and go to another political party? What are the options available to you? As someone who has been a very staunch member of the APC, will Cairo Ojougboh, would Ovioma Agege chase you out of the party? You have not addressed that question.
No, you have even answered that question for me. Let me be very, very clear of that. I'm a soldier of truth. I don't make impositions, and I don't impose my will on other people. And I will not allow anybody to impose his will on me. And definitely he cannot chase me out of the party. I told you that the expulsion he's talking about is null and void. By 2 o'clock today, he has asked the party at the state level to confirm his social media and kangaroo expulsion. It means nothing to me. The party that I'm in is a party of truth. Luckily, the people who manage the party at the national level, know exactly what is going on. And then these things will be addressed. And that is why we are bringing it frontally to the nation and to the leadership, so that the leadership will see what is happening in Delta. How many leaders from Delta State have you seen? Let me tell you, the whole of the South region, the leaders of the South, all of them were praying that APC will not win in Delta State. Is that me? That's not me. It is the wish of the leaders, because they want to see what is happening in Delta State to stop. And that's exactly what happened. They want to see it to stop. And then, indeed, it has to stop. It cannot be allowed to continue.
Okay. So, are you going to go to court?
During the primaries, 1 minute, please.
Yes,
during the primaries, let me tell you what happened in Delta State during the primaries. Omar Gege took the entire forms. It's only in Delta State that you see that there was no other contestant apart from Omar Gege for governor. The 3 senatorial candidates, the same thing. In Delta North, for instance, where we have an unfortunate situation, if anything were to happen today, we cannot replace our candidate because nobody contested with him for the primaries. In PDP, as you know, they contested everything from the House of Assembly, the House of Reps, the Senate, and to the governorship. And they had a robust contest. Whether some people were cheated or not, at least people fought for the position. In Delta, it wasn't so. It was only Omar Gege that wrote the list of people who will contest. And so how do you expect the party members to cooperate? So basically, the party was defective ab initio.
Okay.
Even the candidate who contested in my local government for House of Assembly, I don't know him.
Oh, okay. So are you going to go to court as regards this, to get an ex parte probably to stop this? Is that going to be part of the... Anyway, you said there's a case in court already. So could that be a case to fight back?
First of all, the party, No, look, I won't even spare anything fighting on my guy. I can't fight, I won't even fight him on this issue because I know it's null and void. The party has a way of addressing such issues.
How? How is it null and void?
I can't even waste my time.
How is it null and void?
But null and void.
But as we speak today, you are a suspended member of the... You are no longer at the party, you are suspended already. As we speak today. So how is it null and void? That is his version. No, that is his version. But
that's your words version. That's
your words version.
That is Omar Gege's version. It's Omar Gege's expression. Omar Gege's expression is not the party's expression.
You saw what happened to Ayu recently.
We have members of the party. We have members of the party in the ward, in the local government, in the federal constituency, and in the Delta North.
But your word matters.
And these members, they know who members of their party is. It's not Omar Gege who will tell us who has been expelled and who has not been expelled.
But this is the word that is expelling you, not Omar Gege. This is the word, your word that means so much to you. I'm just asking, so what are you going to go to court? Are you going to fight it out? How are you going to do it? Do you still want to be a member of the APC?
No. I remain a member of the APC very strongly.
But you're not as we speak. You're not Dr. Cairo Ojougboh as we speak.
Dr. Ojougboh. I'm not sure.
No, let me tell you. The process of addressing the matter has been established. The party has a constitutional. The party's constitution is very absolute about the way of resolving such issues, and I'm not going to deviate from it. Okay,
Dr. Ojougboh, I'm sure you have many people, even in Delta State, who are very critical of your politics. But I see that all of this is a power tussle. In the course of our conversation, some people have been sending messages. They say, please tell this Dr. Cairo to return to Cairo. But that's to tell you how some people feel about this matter.
Those are his stooges. Those are Omar Gege's stooges. It's expected.
But let's talk about the interest of the people of Delta State. What is the way forward for Delta State? Sheriff Oborewori, has been announced as a governor-elect. What are your own expectations for the people of Delta? Since it's obvious you are not against Sheriff Oborewori, imagine. What you didn't want is an Ovio Omar Gege becoming governor. So what are your expectations?
Well, if you put it that way, I don't actually know how to respond. But let me tell you. You see, the problem of this country basically is corruption. And when you see corruption coming, you don't empower it. So APC winning is very regrettable. We would have wished that we had the opportunity to present to our manifesto and everything properly to the electorate in Delta. And if it had been properly done, we would have been successful. It's just unfortunate that it didn't happen. However, when you talk about when you look at two, three persons, and you see that if somebody is elected to become the governor of Delta State, and what you expect is disaster, to be fair to yourself and your conscience, you will not wish that will happen. So if you say that I prefer, what actually mattered a lot to the people of Delta is how we will not repeat the mistake of the past. And then if it's not just me, Deltans have spoken, and it is not me that spoke for them. I had little influence on it. So that's the way I look at it. But my prayer is that the declared candidate, that he should do his best for the state. And that what we want to see is that there's a job for the youth. I repeated it on this program some few days ago. The rate at which children are being born in this country is because I'm a Catholic, is a way of life, is impressive. If you see the way children are popping out at the labor rooms, in the next 16, 17 years, they also become adults and youths. So the country and the states must prepare for them. We must look at the infrastructural development of Delta State. How do we improve on it? Are we going to have somebody in Delta State who will look after the interests of the people of Delta? And whoever the Deltans decide to choose to be their governor, I'm using this opportunity to appeal to the person. Leave your personal interest out of it. Work for the people. Work for the state. Because the revenue accruing to Delta State is huge. The people in the oil producing areas, they are suffering. If that brings me to another issue in Delta, the pipeline security contract that was awarded, the job people was given to Tompolo. The other ones in River State were given to ex-militants. In Delta State, one man, number 5 citizen of this country, hijacked it. That's a matter before everybody now in Delta that are trying to resolve. We don't want a governor who will behave in that way. We want a governor who will live, who will not start enjoying the paraphernalia of office and feel that he has arrived and then turn the prosperity of Delta State, entire Delta State, into his own personal prosperity. That is what all this battle is all about.
Okay.
And we are appealing. We are appealing, yes.
Okay, you were talking about the
it's
pipeline.
It's an appeal that we have.
The pipeline.
People, yes.
So you were talking about
yes.
the pipeline, protection contract, and you said one man hijacked it. What do you mean by that? Can you expatiate on that? And
yes.
a lot of people also remember your history with the NDDC and all of the shenanigans that went on in NDDC then. So what do you mean by that? One man hijacked it.
Of course, I was on this television and this station, this particular desk, to discuss the issue of NDDC. And when I finished, we went to the National Assembly. I made a presentation before the Senate. The Senate committee chairman praised us. The rest is history. They invited the committee to the House of Reps. They stopped me from speaking. But again, that is history. And there was no shenanigans in NDDC. When we were in NDDC, we made sure that, number one, nobody received 1 penny for a job not done. We bought a coring equipment. We were measuring road. We have to approve. And that's the only time it was done in the history of NDDC. Go and ask the contractors. Go and ask the people. And that is the problem with this country. When you fight corruption, corruption fights back and makes you, who is fighting the corruption, to become the corrupt criminal. And when you say about that shenanigan, please, I take exceptions to it. Go and read history. Go and see what happened. Investigate it properly. So that brings us to the pipeline contract issue. The person that was given the pipeline contract in Delta State, the militants are all agitating that the contract should be given to them back. If you want me to read this, I can read this to you. It's a militant group in Delta State under the agencies of Delta Strike Force has said that the pipeline surveillance contract allegedly awarded to Senator Ojougboh, Nigerian Deputy Senate President, and the governorship candidate of All Progressive Congress in Delta State should be withdrawn and given to the agitators. And this is an issue that has been going on. Traditional rulers, everybody in Delta, they have been appealing that this thing should be done the way the one of the other ethnic nationalities were done and handled. So that didn't happen in Delta State. So that didn't happen. So the man still stuck to it.
So Dr. Ojougboh, is your fight with Ojougboh, is this also, this pipeline issue, part of your fight with Ojougboh?
No, I don't. It's not a fight with Ojougboh. Don't reduce it to that. It is the struggle. It's a struggle to take back the soul of the party in Delta State and give it back to the people so that we can have a robust party. You can imagine now where the candidate of the party, a deputy senate president, will call the chairman of the party and tell him, go and hold a Zoom meeting by 2 o'clock and expect Dr. Cairo Ojougboh. That's the party you want?
Dr. Ojougboh, no.
Is that the party you want?
Dr. Ojougboh,
yes.
You need to clarify something. You've been quoted as saying that the Delta Strike Force is threatening to attack the Ojougboh gas plant, right? Now, is it true?
You have this,
is it true?
I'm happy that you have the story.
Just a moment. Is it true that you made that allegation?
Yes.
And if a group is threatening to attack such a strategic installation, have you tried to approach the security agencies to avail them of the information, the intelligence at your disposal? And what does all of this have to do with the election? And Ojougboh Agege, because the data strike force, they may just be a group of agitators on their own who may not even be interested in politics, but stomach and economics. If you could help clarify that before we go.
No, I'm very happy. When I read this article, I read only the first paragraph. Now, I didn't get to the Ojougboh gas plant issue. You brought it up. So that means you have seen this article before. So what does it have to do with it? These militants in the Ojougboh enclave, they are the people who are in the grassroots. And they are the people who are the voters in Delta State. So if you say you cannot see the correlation between them and what happened in the elections, is unfortunate. And what are the boys saying? Look, this thing, you are a Senate president. It has nothing to do with you. Give it back to us. What does it? Must he carry everything? That is the issue. So my very good friend, I am happy from the way you now completed this statement. It means you have read it and you are aware of it. And so that is to tell you what the issues that led to us losing in Delta State. This thing has been on now for almost 6 months. And traditional rulers and everybody, they have intervened. And we have also intervened. Look, resolve this issue.
Okay. So the pipeline
what is wrong with that?
issue. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Cairo Ojougboh.